Hello, and today I am doing a video to say that the next OR episode will be a wee bit different. Now, as I'm animating the episode 16, there's a wee bit of trouble with it. And I think I explained in the Slime Rancher video that in this episode, the challenge will be a wee bit weird, let's just say. Basically, I'm gonna explain the challenge. I know you may not want spoilers, but I need to just say so that when you see the episode, you understand. So basically, the challenge is to make 10 questions. For each contestant makes 10 questions, and then the host, Alarmy, and telephone, they have to guess the questions that they came up with. Now, sounds like, an interesting challenge, but there are a wee bit problems with it. And that is, it's very difficult to animate. Like, it's not even that, like, it's difficult, but it's so boring. I feel like it's boring, all 7 contestants doing one thing. So what I have decided that I'm only going to show 3 contestants showing their 10 questions. And then, you know how some, like, cartoon movies do, like, 1 hour later. I know it's a weird thing to add to an episode, especially challenges like a skip. And then after that, I'm going to show just the results for each and then who's the winner. Now, I know, like I say before, that it's not going to be an interesting episode because obviously it's not going to be all 7 contestants. And even before, like, all of them contestants making, it's a wee bit of a dumb, like, challenge idea. Because one of the things why I thought this challenge is so that the contestants don't communicate with others. And that's what's very difficult, because also about the episode animating, when I was doing those parts, it was difficult because like it's to make an interesting episode, the contestants have to communicate together. And in this episode, it's only the one, like, they're not supposed to communicate with her, and that just makes it a wee bit boring. So that was a bad idea. And then obviously the 10 questions later that they need to, like, say or like present to Alarmy and telephone. No, obviously I'm doing the 3rd part today, and then I think next week will be then, like, the ending of the episode, because I really want to release an OOR. I have been talking so many times, and I said I'm gonna release in February, then I said I'm gonna release in Easter, then I said then I'm gonna release, this month. It might not even be this month, but most likely, hopefully, fingers crossed, I will. And I know in this last video I said I'm not gonna say like 2 months before the release. I'm gonna release two months later, and yeah, it's just quite difficult, especially now I have exams, and that's also difficult. But I really want to release this episode so we can move on. Because really, there's not even a lot of episodes left to finish. And sometimes I have the thinking, maybe I should cancel OOR. And I know, but at the same time, I also think, but it's not worth it because there's not a lot of contestants left. Sometimes I also think maybe I could make, like, a plan that, like, maybe the final 5 contestants is the final episode, No, it's like a weird, but I think it would actually be like an interesting final episode. Like all the 5 contestants like do a challenge, then one gets eliminated, then another challenge, another one. I just don't know. I feel like it's like it's taking quite long, you know. And you know, like for example, other objects shows like you know teapot, inanimate insanity, all those, they are even using literally better animating apps. I'm using Flip a Clip, which isn't that of a good like it's good, but then again, it's not expert level. And then I think others use Adobe, and I know you may say, why don't you use Adobe? It's gonna be even more difficult because alone, like I've seen loads of videos, alone the walking thing of like the contestants walking, that alone is very difficult. And like if I want to do that, I think it would be better not when I'm not in school. Yeah, so you know, it's difficult. And I will always regret saying like a few years ago, like saying it's, I didn't say, but like I always thought, oh, how is it that hard for like other creators taking like years of creating? Now I understand. You know, like that's why I feel like that's why so many of them object shows, like most of them are canceled, and some like take 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. I mean, like even like the gap between BFB 12 and BFB 13, I think was like 3 years or 2 years. I don't know. And like people are always waiting, and then they're like impatient. But now, when you're an animator yourself, you understand why. Like it's at this time, and when you, especially when you're in school. I'm in school, and you know it's so like, and that's what I really wanted to say. And again, this episode won't be the best, and I don't want it to be the best, to be honest, because you know it's like episode 16. Nothing interesting happened, and I always have like a favorite. Right now, I think my favorite personal episode was probably 9, because it was a lot like, and the challenge was, you know, not that difficult to animate, and there was so much happening. Even like a song was in the episode, and that just made it more interesting. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you for watching, and I think another maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, need to more voiceovers too. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. I hope you see the episode. Yeah, anyways, bye.